Good afternoon, I'm Crimson Skies, and we are on day 2 of my Entropia Universe journey. Now to begin, I had watched a few videos on YouTube, and just about everyone was suggesting to just grind skills. One in particular recommended grinding a puny mob of my choice and to use the Armatrix line of weaponry. Now because I didn't have any ped, I wasn't going to try and get my hands on the firearm that they recommended. But I immediately began to grind the first mob I encountered, the Tripudons. However, after about 40 minutes, I began to notice my weapon's durability was draining, and I started wondering if the weapon in the starter bundle was an unlimited one or a limited one. After all, I didn't want to buy into a pack if the weapon given wasn't one I was going to be able to use long term. Unfortunately, I wasn't really given a direct answer on some of the forums I quickly read through, along with a YouTube video covering the bundles. I gave up on the search and went back to grinding, but eventually the weapon durability had hit its limit, and when I went back to Camp Icarus, I saw a person who seemed to be wearing the armor from the bundle. So I messaged him, but never got a response, and eventually I got frustrated with the lack of an answer from my searching and even questioning the individual. So I went to Rookie Chat and asked the question there, hoping I would finally get an answer. And I did. A player by the name of Stony happily answered my questions and suggested the gold bundle. Getting an actual answer for the first time, I immediately went and purchased what was recommended. With my new armor and weapon, I happily ran back and started the grind again. For the next hour, all I did was grind the Tripudons. Eventually, though, I felt like I wasn't really getting anything worthwhile in returns and decided to finish the quest that Alex Buchan had given me yesterday. Quickly finishing off some Daikiba and bringing the trophies to Alex, I was told I needed to kill an Atrax. Even with my new armor and weapon, this fight was still a bit of a struggle. So I'm curious how new players who don't get the pack manage to even fare against this creature at such an early stage of the game. Returning to Alex, he rewards me with a Buchan rifle and a limited Vivo Explorer. Now this moment sort of upset me since I just bought the bundle. Not because I regret my decision purchasing the bundle, it's actually quite nice, but because I quickly got an unlimited weapon shortly after I purchased it, which was the whole reason why I purchased a bundle in the first place. Um, even even though looking through the stats, the Buchan rifle was inferior in almost every way compared to the Z12 Barbarella, I just felt upset at myself that I didn't stick to the quest when I had received it. Although I'm not sure how well I would have fared against the Atrax. After this quest had finished, I spent some time trying to figure out what puny mob would actually give me drops worth a bit more than what the Triputons were giving. But once again, I wasn't ever really able to find a specific answer to my question. Even worse, every video was recommending to use the Entropia Wiki, even though they were openly admitting in the video that information on the site may either be outdated or just completely incorrect. The forums I found didn't help because they were all dated 2016, and I was informed there was a huge loot system change in 2017, making everything I had read outdated. So I was literally unable to get any direct and reliable information from any of the videos or forums that I came across on my short time searching. However, based on the Entropia Wiki, the other two mobs nearby did provide more loot than the Tripudons, the Berryclid and the Cotaturgus. So based off that information, I set out to farm them. Running into the Berryclid nest, which I believe is some sort of public event mission, I destroyed the eggs, eliminated some Berryclid, then fought the big bird, Burzilla, and then immediately went to farming the Berryclid until I hit level 1 on the Codex. Once I accomplished that, I farmed the Cotaturgis until I hit level 1 for them as well. Now, once I accomplished that task, I decided it was time to try and sell the loot that had dropped. But I quickly realized the market had a fee for putting this up for sale, and I had no ped to list them. Along with that, just about everything I managed to find was nearly worthless on the trade. So I went back to Farmer Cottaturgis. Um, After a while, I stopped to see what all the loot was that I had collected, and I found a token, an Unreal token. Now, I did call it a day here, so you're just going to see random footage at this point, but I did a little research and looked up what that token was. Supposedly, it is an event where every animal has a chance to drop these tokens. Every mob, I guess, has a chance to drop these tokens. And when the game eventually switches over to the new Unreal Engine, these tokens turn to shares. And those shares, I think in total of the 1 million tokens they plan on dropping in the game, equal to about 1% of Mindark's revenue, which I think is pretty crazy. Now, they did give an estimate of what it would have been for 2021, or based off of the 2021 market, and it was about 0.0425 PED. Um, but if I can get enough of those tokens before the engine change, it could be a very nice monthly payout. So I do think I plan on trying to collect those as much as possible. But who knows? Every day I learn something new about this game, and my goals clearly are changing fast because of it. Um, but this will be the end of the video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.